Breaking overnight, officials identified 2 suspects who blew themselves up inside the Brussels airport, and the manhunt continues for a bombing suspect who made it out alive.
We will stand up to them, and we will stand by our values.
The U.S. remains on high alert with a beefed up police presence at transportation hubs in major cities. Our coverage on this deadly terror attack starts now.
We're on top of breaking news. Police have identified 2 suspected suicide bombers as brothers. Good morning, Michiana. I'm Emily Evans.
And I'm Drew Gardner.
Police have identified 2 brothers suspected in the bombings at the airport. There's still 1 man spotted in surveillance video who didn't die in the explosions.
Raids are underway right now. ABC's Molly Hunter is in Brussels now with more.
Good morning. The threat level here in Brussels remains at the highest level.
And right now we are starting with breaking news happening out of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where a car chase from Capitol Hill to the White House ends with gunfire. The Capitol building was locked down, and now at least 2 people are in the hospital, including a police officer.
Right now, the lockdown order has been lifted. Capitol Hill is settling back to normal after some very wild moments here this afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Kim Chappell. There is a female suspect. She is dead after she tried ramming the White House gate. Right now, ABC 57's Karen Travers is live in Washington with the very latest.
Good evening. Law enforcement officials say this was an isolated incident.
Overnight, chaos in the Charm City. Shells of cars still burning in the streets and charred debris littering neighborhoods.
If we don't get justice, we're not going to calm down, period.
More than a dozen officers injured in the riots as the National Guard works to quell the violence.
And right now, a still smoldering city as leaders work to take back their streets. Breaking overnight, dozens of businesses in Baltimore burned up in flames, others looted and destroyed. I'm Emily Evans.
And I'm Drew Gardner. Right now, a mandatory curfew is still in place for another half hour after the governor of the state declared a state of emergency last night. So far, nearly 30 people have been arrested, and National Guardsmen are still in place in full riot gear. Let's go live now to ABC's Elizabeth Herr, who's been following developments overnight from Baltimore. Elizabeth, good morning.